I've been having some slight issues with this. That's not gonna work. I've been having some slight issues with this new Mustang I've gotten. Nothing too serious. As I said in the first video, that the car is tuned. It has the Boss 302 intake on it, and it appears that the tune is so aggressive that I'm having some disagreements with what I want the car to do. Essentially, the number one problem I'm having is every once in a while, maybe once a week or so, when I'm coming up to a stop, the car stalls. Essentially, you can see the RPMs, the idle speed drop to like 500, maybe 400, and then just kind of dies. It starts right up. The temperature out here in the desert is somewhat responsible for it. Hard to say at this point, you know. I've driven this thing in 111 degrees Fahrenheit, so it could be something to do with it. But I don't like it. I'd rather, you know, deal with a reputable manufacturer. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about these guys. Got this straight from American Muscle. The tune, the custom tune that this comes with, was actually done within like 2 days, so I don't know how good that is going to be. But, you know, let's try it out, see what happens. Pretty straightforward. It looks like this goes into the OBD, this goes into the thing itself. I'm going to plug that into the OBD port. Now, it comes with this real simple instruction sheet. The thing says, connect device to the OBD2 port. That's what we're going to do. At this point, the key should be in the ignition, but in the off position until prompted to turn the key on run position. Now we're going to go to program vehicle. Turn the vehicle's ignition key to the on position, or hold the engine start button. I think that's the on position. Now it says internet required, which is apparently one of the better points about this. You don't have to hook this up to any computer or anything. Just uses your home Wi-Fi, so, or like a hotspot from your cell phone. There's also like a little light at the bottom here. No idea what that does, but anyway, within range of the Wi-Fi access point, here we are. It's also kind of cool. You don't really see it online, these little screws that are anodized. I don't know if they're fake or not, but they do look cool. Surprisingly enough, this didn't even take like a full 2 minutes. So we're back in action. It says update complete. Cloud sync is the next thing that pops up. It says press continue to sync available files with cloud. So this is the step where you actually get the custom tunes from American Muscles or BAMA, wherever they come from, magic place. Okay, it says if you have a custom tune, press continue. I should have a custom tune. They did ask me a bunch of questions. Also, another thing I'm thinking is, oh, that's fast. My throttle body kind of sucks. It's this big 90mm Ford Performance throttle body. It's a good throttle body, but apparently, from what I've read, it's for highly modified cars. My shit is basically stock. So it does say that I have two tunes. One is a P and one is the R. I'm assuming the R is the race. Makes a nice beep. So let's start with the P. I guess a performance. A little less timing, you know, crazy heat. Okay, so now you select the P and then go continue. So far, you know, pretty self-explanatory. Look how fast this shit is. That's awesome. It says street use notice. It says this device is not legal for sale or use in California on any pollution control motor vehicles. Press continue. Okay. Turn key on. Turn the vehicle's ignition key to the on position or push and hold. I mean, it's already in the on position. I think at this point it's gonna like marry this device to this car. What that means, if you're not familiar, is that basically you can only use this scanner, this tuner, for this one car, and there's a fee if you want to unmarry it, which for me, you know, I plan to keep this puppy for a little while, you know, doesn't really matter that much. So unlocking processor, some hacking stuff. Unlock the radio too, I guess. Jesus. Saving stock data. It's saving the tune that's currently on it, or is it saving the actual factory tune? I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out to American Muscle, people that I bought it from. and get you that answer. Maybe if you know, we'll put it in the comments. But it is still cool how it's doing that, you know, kind of giving you a way back. Other thing I was having with this tune, since I have some time to just bullshit to the camera, is that once the car was warmed up, it was kind of falling on its face at about 2,000 to 3,000 RPM. If you are babying it around, just driving it around town, you know, part throttle, whatever you call it, closed loop, I think, yeah. It kind of felt like there was a torque dip, kind of like if you're driving a BRZ or something. Shots fired. But it felt like, you know, the car pulled very evenly, and then kind of, you know, had that, it didn't feel like a miss or anything, but just felt like maybe the variable valve timing, however you do that, wasn't working right. Maybe that's the nature of the Boss manifold, I don't know. If you know, tell me. But I didn't like it. Like, it's the moment you would give a gas, this giant throttle body would just pump in air and you kind of jerk around. You gotta like big toe the gas pedal. Not my favorite thing to do. I want this thing to be fast and trackable and streetable all at the same time. This is why we are trying this. Programming complete. Your vehicle has been programmed. You may turn the key off now. Enjoy. And that's that. Turn the key off. Turn it back on. Please work. Sounds pretty good. It doesn't rev as high as it doesn't idle at warm up as high as the last tune did. The car feels stupid jumpy. Like I don't know how to explain it really. Almost feels like maybe not a miss, definitely, but as if the throttle position is kind of jumping. The idle is a lot lower actually than it used to be, but for now at least, ooh, it seems a little more stable as far as the idle goes. Ooh, this is weird. 3 miles so far, just city, bumper to bumper. It feels pretty good, you know, just right off the bat, it sounds like the guy who did the tune before, the dyno tune, when I bought the car. Sounds like he didn't know a whole lot about idle, because this idle is a lot lower, but at the same time it's a lot more stable, which is awesome, which is exactly what I was looking for. The second thing I noticed is that the throttle is not as crazily snappy. Like before, it felt like a 4-barrel carb fucking drag car, you know. Everything was the car always felt kind of a little jerky, you know, too much, maybe not a lot of resolution in the throttle. I don't know if they fix that with the tune up, but it definitely feels like, for instance, when you heel tone, you got to stab it a little bit more now, which to me, I'm a little bit more used to that from the RS. And it's also easier on like takeoffs. The car doesn't rev out so quickly. The 2,000 to 3,000 RPM issue, I feel like it's better. I don't know if it's gone. The car definitely jerked like the first couple of feet that it moved, but it looks like maybe it learned, maybe a couple of sensors. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to check my fluids right before the sort of mountain pass starts, and then do a little 5-minute drive and kind of to give you the perspective of the road that I'm going to do. So I'm going to try to fly over it and kind of show you the turns I'm taking as I'm going to head back, okay? So I thought what I'll do is I'll fly over where I'm trying to go. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of traffic today, so I can't really fly too close to the road. But and it's real windy too, so here goes nothing. I miss in terms of like having a snap in the neck, but I don't miss in terms of drivability, so it's nice compromise. Okay, you see like that's still doing a little bit of jerking back and forth. It even sounds different, which is interesting. Still does a lot of backfiring. Unfortunately, I did lose my GoPro recently, so there's no forward footage. I apologize. Okay, so that definitely felt like a miss. Let's see if it was or not. The throttle is very progressive, much better than it used to be. I think I'm just not a huge fan of this throttle body. It's too much. It's too much. Right here, above 3,000 RPM, though, it feels very good. Whew. These roads are nerve-wracking. I need to definitely do some handling mods to this thing, because it is a little wobbly. This is not an RS. What I do notice is also the RPMs drop a lot smoother than they used to. Hopefully, same exact situation as I mentioned. Maybe the resolution of the throttle is a little bit better. Seems like it's managing the drops and the idle a lot better than the previous tune. Okay, the road is a little more open right now, and man, finally feel a little bit more confident in the car. Let's do a full power. Yeah, this is more adequate for sure. The last tune was faster, no question. I mean, I yet to try out the race tune that they sent me as well, and I'm sure I can take it to a dyno and make some adjustments as well. But for daily drivability, this feels like a much more refined vehicle. Before it kind of felt like a freaking race car. This right now, to me, you know, a lot about driving, because I'm no race car driver or anything. A lot about driving is about confidence. And this drivability definitely makes me feel a lot more confident. We caught traffic again. But yeah, definitely, you know, thus far, very impressed. Let's see. Oh, you gotta remember this is downhill. Brakes, nope. They're not bad. Like, I've never felt them soft, because I guess I've never been to the track. But they don't have that initial bite that the Brembos did on the RS, or especially on the S550 that I had, the black one. I didn't post anything on YouTube back in the day, back when I had that. But yeah. So far, you know, impressions are awesome. I'm going to take the camera down and go home, nice and easy, see how she feels. So I rolled the windows down, just to show you all this. Now, it didn't used to do this before the tune. It does this like really delightful kind of pop and you know, a little backfire when you shift. It used to backfire all the time on what you call overrun, I guess, like when you rev match downshift. I guess that's what it's called. But it never used to pop when you shift, which is kind of awesome. Speed bump. Apologize if all you can hear is wind, but it's pretty awesome if you can hear this. Check it out. slight whoop, whoop. Pretty awesome. Stuff like that makes me pretty happy. But anyway, nothing else to report. Car feels good. I'm pretty happy. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. More to come. So I rolled the windows down just to show you all this. Now, it didn't used to do this before the tune. It does this like really delightful kind of pop and you know, a little backfire when you shift. It used to backfire all the time on what you call overrun. I guess like when you rev match downshift. I guess that's what it's called. But it never used to pop when you shift, which is kind of awesome. Speed bump. Apologize if all you can hear is wind, but it's pretty awesome if you can hear this. Check it out. It's like a slight whoop, whoop. Pretty awesome. Stuff like that makes me pretty happy. But anyway, nothing else to report. Car feels good. I'm pretty happy. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. More to come.